David Thoreau was once quoted as saying, "Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it." I got to tell you, you better be ready to get busy. Your next mentor is a 25-year veteran, and like so many of your mentors, he has built large, successful organizations around the world. But for many years, he has had a vision and a passion to make such a larger impact. It's why he and Eric are such great friends and have been for so long. They have a common passion to raise the bar of our profession. For much of the last decade, he has spent a tremendous amount of time beyond his own teams doing conference calls and webinars and hosting live events around the world. Literally, he's had such great attraction and attendance to his various mediums. He's helped coach over tens of thousands of people about the power and the benefits and the ways to be successful in network marketing. He has authored numerous books and training programs. One of my favorites is the Little Black Book of Secrets, or of Scripts, Little Black Book of Scripts. And most importantly, he's a husband to Carla, and he's a daddy to two boys, Gianni and Joey. But I need to warn you, when he brings it like a steaming locomotive or a raging bull. He is not tender, he's not gentle, he's hardcore and in your face. You better hang on to your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the GoPro stage, Mr. Todd Falcone!
What's up?
All right, man. It's all yours. Yes!
Whoa! What's up? Wait. Hey! Wow. How you guys doing? Is this weekend epic or what? Like seriously, this is like a pivotal point in our profession. Don't you feel it? How many of you think this is a pivotal weekend for your life? All right. You know, the last month and a half or so, I've been on this tour, and I've been teaching on the subject of speeding up your success in network marketing. How to speed your way to success. Who's interested in going faster? Cool. So when Eric actually asked me to speak at this event, I thought, man, what am I going to say? I got to do something here, something that's going to make a significant impact. What am I going to say? And I started thinking about my mom. And I was thinking back to a time where, I spent my first 2 years in network marketing, and I didn't make any money. I had to move home and live in the bunk beds in my parents' house. You try dating in bunk beds. So here I am, humbled. She thinks she won because she thought I was in a pyramid. You're in a pyramid. And so now I'm living at home and I'm taking a job and regrouping with my family's radio station. She's driving me from Pacific Grove to Carmel down Highway 68 to go buy a suit because I couldn't afford a suit. And she looks at me and she says, whatever you do, don't ever be late for an appointment with a prospect, because they'll lose faith in you, they'll lose respect for you, they won't do business with you, and it's not the contract or the money that you're going to lose today, it's all the money that you're going to lose that you can't even comprehend that you could have gained had you done the right thing. And that stuck with me, and that stuck with me for a long time. In fact, you notice that every time Eric comes up on stage, he's got one of these? Remember Susan Sly last night? She was talking about how many journals that she's written through. Well, see, I actually read and write in my journals. And one of the things that I do today to remind me, let me find it here, open it up to the right page. Here's the thing. Here's what we want to do. How many of you are interested in moving your business forward? Everybody in the room, right? Duh. What we want to do are things that inspire confidence in other people, that move people forward. Because here's what I found in the last 25 years of doing this business. You can make one decision. One decision can stop your organization overnight. You say something wrong, you do something wrong, and everybody goes on pause. In fact, I've seen it happen. I want to show you something real quick. It's a ripple effect. And you don't even know how big that ripple is. It's really important for all of us to think about the decisions that we make every single day and the impact that that will have, and most of us don't even realize how big that impact can be. You know, I write in my journal, I read from my journal. Some of the things that I do to remind me, am I doing the right thing to inspire others? Can people trust me? Can they rely on me? Can they count on me? You should be asking yourself those same questions. Can I count on you? Can your people count on you? Something as simple as showing up on time for an appointment, you might not think it's such a big deal. I'm fashionably late. No, you just don't care. That's what it is. That's what it shows your person. And you know what they'll do? They may not say anything. They may not say, well, gosh, I can't believe you did that. They'll just choose not to join you. Listen, I've had one person that I brought in that brought me over 9,000 people. What if I was late to that appointment? What if I was late to that appointment? It would have never joined my business, and I would have never known it because he would have just chose not to join the business. How quickly do you right your wrongs? Because we all make bad decisions. How quickly do we right our wrongs? Right? Recognition and praise. Let me tell you something. You want to move your organization forward? You want to be thinking about this. Anytime someone does anything good, they make a call, they set a meeting, they set an appointment, you make a big deal about it. They hit a rank. Can you imagine you have a brand new person who works real hard, they make a rank in the business, their first rank advancement? Of course, the company's going to recognize them, but then you forget to. All of a sudden, they're running, now they're like, oh, psst, that big balloon over there just got popped. And you have no idea who they can lead you to. So it's really important that we think about the ripple effect of every decision that we make. Very, very important. You've heard over the weekend that leadership comes in depth, right? Oftentimes when we're recruiting people, the biggest people don't always come on our front lines. They come down second level, third, fifth, seventh. Here's a piece of advice that I want to give you, and this is like high-level advice for people that are relatively new. It's better to know this now than 10 years down the road. How many of you have a genealogy report that you can access? That's everybody in the room, right? What you want to be doing is you want to be looking through that genealogy report and looking for people and be looking for somebody who's doing, who's producing, who's sponsoring, who's acting, who's bringing people into business, and attach yourself to those individuals. Like, here's a piece of advice. You have an office? Get the biggest, baddest whiteboard that you can possibly put in your office. I have a whiteboard that's probably 10 by 15 feet. It takes up my entire wall in my office. Who do I put up there? People that are doing, people that are producing. You find somebody on your 6th level. I remember years ago, I was going through this how long, it wasn't even an online genealogy, it was a stack of papers. And the cool thing is if you had a really big stack that got mailed to you that month, it was a good month. And I'm peeling through it, and I find this guy named Joe on my 6th level. He doesn't know me, but he sponsored 35 people that month. I'm like, that's good. Oh, I could just leave him, right? Oh, I don't want to upset the cart. Just let him do his thing. No, instead, I picked up the phone. I called Joe. I said, Joe, Todd Falcone, how you doing? I wanted to introduce myself to you. I'm way upline to you in the organization. How can I serve you? How can I help you? How can I work with you? I still have a relationship with that guy to this day. And, you think about it, well, how much money do you make? There was a 7-level pay plan. I made almost no money on the guy's volume, but I'm thinking long term. What you want to be doing is, here's the thing, you control the growth and the speed at which your organization goes. It doesn't just happen by itself. You find people, you find winners, you find doers, you find somebody who's active, who's engaged, who's involved, who's sponsoring. No matter where they are in your organization, and you grab a hold of them and you run with them. That is a secret to success in this business. You go find somebody, and it doesn't matter if they're on your 5th level, 9th level, 92nd level in a binary. Doesn't matter where they are. You grab a hold of them and you run with them. That is a getting wealthy strategy right there. And you control the speed at which you get to success. You've heard over the weekend. In fact, Harvey McKay talked about practice, talked about perfect practice. You remember that? I was sitting on the sidelines with my kid as he was playing soccer. And I met this guy, and we're sitting there chatting, and he's got a Seattle Seahawks hat on. And I'm from Seattle. I go, Seattle Seahawks. And I start chatting with him. I'm like, well, cool. Yeah, baby. And I go, hey. I said, so what do you do? And he's like, I play golf. I go, like professionally? He goes, yeah. I go, on the PGA Tour? He said, I do. I said, what's your name? He goes, and he told me his name. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is you. And it was like distortion. It was in a totally different place. Plus, he had a Seahawks hat on, right? And I go, wow. And I love to play golf, so I started asking him some questions. I said, let me ask you something. I go, you look pretty young. I go, how long you been on how old are you? He said, I'm 27. How long you been on the PGA Tour? He said, I've been on the tour for 2 years. Okay, 25. That's cool. I go, when did you pick up a golf club? I'm thinking 3, 4, 5. He goes, I didn't pick up a club till I was 14. Anybody golf in the room? Let's see, 14 plus 25, that's 11 years from never picking up a club, 11 years later making money on the PGA Tour. Is that good? Oh, the golfer's like, I'm not even close to PGA. I've been playing golf for over 20 years. I can't even, not even close. I asked him, I said, how did you get so good so fast? You know what his answer was? I love to practice. Anytime I can be on the driving range, anytime I can be on the putting green, anytime I can be anywhere with a golf club in my hands, I'm working on it. Let me ask you this question. How much time are you actually practicing? Because here's what I found, and I've done this in a bunch of audiences all over the world. Most people in this business aren't even practicing. You practice your script for a couple minutes, you go do something, and then the practice stops. The best players in the world, the professionals, you see professionals get paid, amateurs don't. Tiger Woods, whoever it is who's the best at their game, they practice more than anybody else. And here we get in, we read a script one time, and then we're done. And here's the thing, you've heard a lot about skills, right? Skills are critical. The cool thing about skills is they're learnable. Anybody in this room can learn to get better. When I started in network marketing, I was I couldn't even talk. Thank goodness there was no caller ID because I could hang up and then I could call the guy right back and get it together. And he didn't even know. He's like, did you call me a minute ago stuttering? I'm like, absolutely not. That wasn't me. Practice with your team. Get together. In fact, the first Saturday training I ever went to, we spent 4 hours role-playing, sitting down, acting like the good prospect, acting like the bad prospect, showing how to demonstrate the product, how to work with the product. You've got to be, here's the thing, skill development's key. You got to be spending some time with your team. Whatever trainings you do, whether it's conference call, webinar, getting together, role-playing with whoever it can possibly be so that the skill level, look, if we're going to grow this profession to past 178 billion, and this has never happened before, this weekend in here, look at this. 8,000 people in one room from all over the world in every different network marketing company. Absolutely. This is history in the making right here. But we've got to all up our game. Big time. And we want our organizations to be as skilled as possible. We want to make sure we're practicing. Here's the other thing. We want to take responsibility. I run accountability programs every quarter. You want to be asking yourself this question because there's lots of people in the room that say, gosh, I want to be successful. I want to make a change. I want to do something. Go into the bathroom later, not right now because I'm speaking. And ask yourself, based on how you've been showing up so far, the actions, the activities that you've been putting in the business, would I hire me? In fact, I do this on every stage, everywhere I go. Draw a box. Little box, little 1-inch by 1-inch box in your notes. Draw a box. What I want you to write in that box, and this will give you this challenge. Do this for 30 days. It'll change your life. How many new people have you talked to about your business in the last 24 hours? Now, I know everybody just did that, right? Just a second ago, you started setting up some appointments. But that is such a great reality check. Because here's the thing, if you're looking at a zero, if you look at a zero every single day, something's got to change. Awareness is the first step towards creating change. We have to learn to be honest with ourselves, to have a level of integrity with ourselves about the actions that we put. Because there's so many people that get involved in this business that never really do anything except look at the phone. They'll talk to their mom, have a nice chat with their mom, and then they look at their phone and they're like, and they don't move. How many people did you talk to? I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, okay. Just give me some idea in the last 90 days. Maybe 3. And they're wondering why they're not successful. We have to learn to be in a place of integrity with ourselves. Every day for the next 30 days, I challenge you to wrap up your day at the end of the day, draw a box, and look at that number. And I got a phrase that goes along with it. You ready? Double digits a day, keep the commission checks on their way. What, Todd? You mean I have to talk to 10 people in a day? I don't know. But 0 isn't good enough. It's a good number. It's a great exercise. Listen, let me share something with you. This is probably the best tip I can give you on recruiting right here. We're all excited. We want to go out and talk to people and share our opportunity with people, right? We should be enthusiastic and fired up, ready to go. But here's the thing. What we don't want to do is verbally vomit on somebody. Happens all the time. In fact, I'll give you an example. I remember I was on an airplane. I was flying from, where was I flying? I was flying from Dallas, Texas to Seattle, coming back from an event. I see this woman, and she's in the middle seat behind me, and she's got a logoed T-shirt on. And I can see the logo. And I go, oh, Company X. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, that's awesome. She goes, are you familiar with our company? I said, I am. She goes, well, are you on our product? I said, I'm not. She said, well, you should be. You know, our product is bilated, it's chelated, it's nutrilated, massive absorption, the ORAC value, you have no idea. And she's like, whoa. And I'm like, are you done yet? So I sit down, and I cruise with my hoodie on. I throw my hoodie on, put my headphones in. I start listening to some Bob Marley. I'm like, I shot the sheriff, oh, but I didn't shoot him dead. I know, I'm not going to do it anymore. That's good. I'm not a singer. I'm a network marketer. But I'm thinking to myself, this poor woman, she just doesn't get it. It could have happened so differently for her. She could have said, I said, hey, are you familiar with Company X? She's like, are you familiar with us? I am. Well, how are you familiar with us? Well, that's the first company I started with 25 years ago. Really? Are you in network marketing? I'm like, kinda. Little bit. Well, what do you do? Well, I actually just left a seminar. I just spoke for 5,000 people at a national conference. Really? Do you teach network? That's what I do. I teach network marketing for a living. Wow, can I sit next to you? And she had a middle seat, so the lady sitting next to me would have happily given up the middle seat. And I would have talked to her for 4 hours on the flight, and she could have picked my brain. Instead, she was too busy going, blah, 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 blah. On another flight, I get on the plane. I'm on the aisle. I got a 7-year-old next to me. I got daddy over here. And we're just sitting there having an airplane chat. You know what that is? It's when you chat on an airplane. So we're chatting on the airplane. I'm talking to the guy. I go, hey, where are you guys going? I was flying from Phoenix to Denver on a leg back to Seattle. And I go, we're just chatting. I said, so are you coming or going? Oh, we're visiting Grandma. Grandma lives in Gilbert, Arizona. Gilbert's a little suburb outside of Phoenix. My mother and father-in-law live there. And I, do you have any of those people that are like the one-up people? They know everything. Mine's bigger, brighter, shinier. I got more. I got 72 of them. Or the ones that interrupt your sentences, like can I finish my sentence, please? And they always, don't ever interrupt somebody's sentence. That shows disrespect. Let somebody finish their words, and then you respond. So powerful. So I'm just chatting with the guy, and I go, what do you do? He goes, I own a health company. I'm like, that's fantastic. I go, what kind of health company? He goes, we do free cardiovascular testing in hospitals. Like, oh my goodness, you must be pretty busy considering almost everybody in America dies of heart disease today. He goes, we are. He goes, what do you do? Now, I'm a network marketer. I've got my bag of tricks. I got my iPad, my iPod, my iStuff, my iTunes. I'm like, dude, snort this, drink this, sample this. Open up your mouth, let me swab your mouth, pee in a cup. I'm going to take some blood. Try this, mix this up, watch this video. I didn't do any of that. He says, what do you do? And I said, you know what? Tell me more about your health company. What's he do? He's telling me about his health company. 45 minutes later, the guy's falling in love with me. He's going, I don't know your name. He doesn't know anything about it. I never said, hey, I'm really shiny. My suit is right now, but that's okay. I didn't say anything. And now 45 minutes later into the flight, he said all he has to say, and he's done. And he finally goes, dude. I thought that in my mind because I'm from the West Coast. He just said, tell me what you do. And so now I had an open door because I empathetically listened to another human being. Absolutely. And here's the thing, you guys. If you just get people talking about themselves, everything is going to be revealed to you. You don't have to think about, wait, is this the right time? Do I slip it in there yet? Wait, product or opportunity? Wait, is it right? Is it? Wait, hold. You don't have to do any of that. It just happens. And you'll know whether to lead with the product or opportunity because they've told you. They've told you if they're dissatisfied with their money situation or they're too stressed or their health or whatever. Do this. Be genuinely and authentically interested in other people to change your life. You guys, I appreciate you. Do this. Make this. Here's the thing. Soak information in from this event, but most importantly, apply it. That's the important thing so that you can go out and impact others. Thanks very much, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you.